back for another developer tidbit. Today, I kind of got in there. You're going to see a project that I started on. Now, if you remember from TolkienCraft 2, I had hand-created Minas Tirith because I couldn't find anything that would actually fit in a world. Well, I'm going to have to kind of do the same thing because the TolkienCraft 2 version was just way too modded. So to copy that as a schematic to bring it over just wasn't going to happen. So one of the things I've been doing with this map, and I will try to show an image, remember to put an image of it over here above my shoulder, or left or right, don't know. We'll see what happens on a whim, to show you the map. The original decision was that this was a plan B in the event that the Lord of the Rings mod did not update. After discussing it with those that helped me and a number of other people, the decision was that this is now plan A, and should the Lord of the Rings mod update, then I'll have the benefit of the mobs and blocks and features from that mod. Otherwise, we're building from scratch, and I will try to remember to put an image again, which, if I did, should still be here while I'm saying I'll try to remember, to show you the map. The map that I'm using is 24,000 blocks square. So it is a huge map, all pre-gen, so server owners and players alike will love it that there won't be terrain generation. The further plans, because of recent information about extra utilities making the Deep Dark a more early game mining realm versus end game, there will be no mining in the main map because it's not designed for that, but I will have access early on to the Deep Dark so that you'll be able to go do all the mining you'll ever need, want, desire. There's also some new plans for new ways to do player housing. Lots going on. Mod list is up on Curse if you want to see what the mod list looks like so far. It is still in alpha, so you won't be able to search for it through the launcher. It's in alpha because the mod list is still ever changing, because there's about 5 mods I'm waiting to update. And as new mods do show up, they may get phased out and put the new ones in. The other thing is I'm also kind of watching how 1.11 for Minecraft progresses, because if the mods all kind of jump ship and go straight to 1.11, this pack will probably be a 1.11 pack versus 1.10. So, I always get thrown off when I'm in first. There we go, first one. So this is the early stage of Minas Tirith. This is, of course, the main outer wall, and as you go up, you can see it is actually going to be significantly larger than the previous one. A lot of that's because, I've kind of learned how to do this better. But right now it just looks like a giant wedding cake, which, if you think about Minas Tirith without all the houses and everything you see everywhere, that's exactly what it looks like. So, in process. Now, with this going to be where the top part is, with the piece going straight out to the front, one of the problems with doing this, now this was done using MC Edit. There's a filter I have that's called Create or Rotate by Seth Bling. You have to make a single slice of your whatever you want to make, and then using his instructions, it literally rotates it on an axis and rebuilds it in a circle, which is what it did here. Coming around the corner here, though, you will see where there was a problem with that. And that was more because of the initial generation of this map when I set it up, because you'll look, this is a super flat world, but it's somewhat custom. Why is it 37? You ask, why? Why did I do 37? That is because in the new map, the terrain water level is at Y38. So I did 37 to make sure I got the right size. This layer in here is actually meant to be ground level, but you'll see right here, when I first generated the map, I did not move around much, so there were no chunks over here, so it can't generate in that filter if there are no chunks. So part of what we're going to do while I'm talking to you is kind of fly around and make sure I get more of the terrain and you'll get to see just how massive this place is too. But we're going to go around and generate the chunks so that after I have all the chunks generated, I can go back and fix it, because I do have that big huge piece over there that is complete. So it's a circle. All I got to do is just continue to copy paste, and you know, it'll work. It will work. Let's go here. Yeah, see right here, chunk lines. This is where everything kind of butted up against ungenerated chunks, but we're fixing that right now. Also, if you guys watched the last tidbit, Craftalizations is officially out and is in a release candidate status. Barring any major issues, it will go full release a week, probably by the time you, well, no, a week from when this video is released. So I generally do these videos a day or two ahead, but when you see it on YouTube, when it's first released, it'll be about a week after that. It'll go full candidate, but for all intents and purposes, it is ready to go. The only thing now is there is one quest section that is nothing in it, and that was actually set up, one, for ideas that we had for a trader, so you could do trades, but also for any players that have ideas on, hey, this would make things a lot easier if we could just trade for it. So that's kind of, you know, it's open to suggestions, like most things. So that's it on that. Sorry about the lack of videos in the previous week. A couple of weeks. A lot of that is just needed to take a break. Just a lot of things going on, and, you know, wanted to play some other games. And with most of what I'm doing is tedium. I don't record that a lot. Like, I'm not going to show you necessarily building this. Yeah, no, like this. And just, you know, real life. So, you know, and it's the holiday season, so things probably will slow down just a little bit for me, just because, you know, priority is real life. I mean, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. But, you know, family, friends definitely are the priority. Man, this thing is huge. I didn't even realize how big it was myself. So, figured I'd do a, you know, quick video for you guys to see what kind of things I've been working on. Give me just a minute and I will give you a brief glimpse at the map that we're working on. Okay, I'm back. So we are now in the main map that's going to go on, and I have done some work in here as it slowly loads in for the terrain. As you can see over there, off in the distance, I've gotten Osgiliath placed, but it's got some terrain work that needs to be done. That's a given. But you'll see as we bring it in, you can see right there in the little center where the weirdness is for the river, because the way I had to port in Osgiliath. And just on the other side of the river, I'll let you guys get a sneak peek at... Now keep in mind, this is very early in the map creation. There are parts on here. I'm literally at the stage of just getting the builds in, and then I'll go back and terrain edit and all that stuff to blend it in like the previous TolkienCraft map. Am I going the right way? Pretty sure I am. Yeah, goes that way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way. Gotta head towards that. Somewhere over here in the fog is Mordor. And that's what I'm trying to show you, if I can get over to it. Oh, there we go. It's coming in. And you'll see what I mean to see. Terrain editing. Right now it's just getting the builds in, and then we'll go back and I'll fix it so that it actually blends in properly. But here is the river. Yeah, okay. And you can see where I kind of matched it up. But again, it is going to have some issues, and that's where the terrain editing comes in. I actually had a lot of this in the TolkienCraft map, and while some of it you could definitely tell, there was a lot you couldn't, and that's what I'm going for here. And you also see that some of these builds are far more improved than the ones that were in the previous map because, well, builders have gotten better and other things changed. This guy is going to probably get removed. At least that's the plan. But all these are in their default build state. So however the builders that created these, in this case, this is, I'm going to say this one's Da Vinci. Da Vinci and Epic Quests are the two builders I am using the majority of their builds because, guys, you can't find anybody that did better. I challenge you. But anyway, so, here is Minas Morgul, but it's obviously in vanilla. And what I'm doing also in this case is the entire map I'm going to be building in vanilla initially. Once I get that built, all the vast majority of the builds in place, I'll make a copy of the map, port it over into the Modpack, and from the Modpack, that's why. For the Modpack, then we'll use modded blocks to kind of clean it up and change the color scheme. And if you're wondering, this is a vanilla map. This was made Massive Middle Earth map project. It was very hard to get a hold of a copy of this map because he stopped working on it. It wasn't 100% complete, but it had enough on here that it was good enough to use. But what he did, in some cases, like in Mordor, he changed the biome to Hell, which is, the Nether. As a result, because this is the Nether biome, it spawns Nether mobs, which is why you see an enormous quantity of zombie pigmen and the ghast and magma slimes. But yeah, so you got Minas Morgul, and over here you have the hidden stairs that take you up to Shelob's lair. Further down that river is Tirith Ungol. On the other side of the mountains, of course, is Mordor proper, and I do have Mount Doom and Barad-dûr in there. All total right now, there are 12 builds that I've imported. There's going to be a couple, as you can see here, the terrain is nicer, much different than what I had in the previous map. But one of the other things that you'll see is there's going to be a few bonus places. One is going to be near Edoras. So if I'll start showing snapshots eventually for pictures, but so there's going to be a few extra bonus builds. Some of the builds that I could not port, I have found alternatives in some cases, like Woundabad. Others, there's a team that is going to try to convert to the new pack, like Belagast. But overall, definitely got a lot of work going on. Now that Craftalizations is done, I can split it. Instead of a 3-way split, it's a 2-way split. But you got this, TolkienCraft 3, still working on Fallcraft 3. That one is going to come out. It's just taking a minute. But it's coming. It is definitely coming. I love the concept of it and looking forward to getting that out. So that's going to be it for this episode. Again, shorter one. A lot of it, haven't really found a mod pack I'm happy with to try and do a series for Saturday for you guys. So that's why it's going to be a lot of just discussion about my current dev work. Hope you guys are excited. I know I am. I mean, just some of the builds that I've been able to get this time around are just amazing. So I think you guys are going to like it. Plus the overall quest concepts I have and some of the gameplay features that I want to do with the functions that 110 allows. Really looking forward to having this out for you guys. But as always, don't forget to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Social media links down in the description. And of course, as always, I love talking to everybody on Discord, so don't hesitate to stop on by and say hello. Because it's not just me. It's me and quite a few other YouTubers, like members of the squad. There's mod devs from some of your popular mods that are actually in my channel. So, lots of people to talk to. as well as each other. So, don't hesitate to come by. And everybody, you guys have a great day.